Are we ready? Oh, we are on. Here we are, and welcome everybody.
I get to do the introductions.
You do get to do them today. Oh, you better. Okay, I'm taking notes.
Well, the reason why we have these two wonderful guests is we were at D Coffee Boutique Cafe in Palm Desert off of Cook Street. Hi Mona, hi Nestor, and this is how we met these two gentlemen that were sitting next to us. We have Joseph Sanchez, a licensed certified massage therapist, and Reiki?
Quantum touch.
Quantum touch.
Yes.
I love that word.
I did too. I loved it when I read it. Yeah.
And we have Curtis Lawson.
Correct. Yes.
Who works with, I guess you'd say, senior care assistant. Oh, I spelled it. So anyways,
yes.
We met at D Coffee Boutique. Take it away, Marcia.
D Coffee Boutique, where our dear, wonderful friends have starting to celebrate the opening of their new restaurant after having been hit with the misfortune.
Torched.
What?
Torched.
Torched.
Right. Yeah, it was torched. Right.
Oh, what did I say wrong?
Nothing.
No. He was just adding. He was just adding to you.
Well, what happened, I don't know, you probably do know that their beautiful, fabulous restaurant went up in flames in one of the shopping centers. Has it been 2 years?
No. Has it?
No.
No, it's like a year ago, maybe.
It seems like it's been forever, but
I know, and I'm sure for them it does too. But the Mona and her wonderful husband Nestor have reopened, and it's even more beautiful than the other. And as a result, we went one day, and voila, it's like a place to meet new friends. Absolutely. And I tell you, these two gentlemen, I was reading up on you. I know what you've been doing and how hard you've worked. And we just feel really blessed. You know, Reno and I just really love bringing you the Harp Effect every Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And yes, we are inside once again because the temperature outside there is just a little too warm.
Our guests wouldn't have been too happy.
Yes. So we just come inside where we are going to let you hear all about these two men who, well, the first thing that I think of with both of you, and amazing that you have come together, and at the same, I want to know, were you in your fields before you met?
No, we were not. Neither one of us were. That's right. No, we weren't.
And so then together you must have collaborated somehow to manifest your individual directions, because you are in the home care.
Home health care, correct.
Home health care, which is, Curtis, so needed. Oh my goodness, it's so needed. And you are in the
health field. I consider myself in the health field.
Absolutely.
I love therapeutic massage, and I love helping people with their pathology and their injuries. And I didn't come into massage until after I started healing people. After I learned quantum touch, I thought, how am I going to introduce myself to people and how am I going to heal them? Even though Quantum Touch has a website that you can license yourself onto their website, it was not until you become a practitioner. And that means I have to retake the same level 1 5 times before I can teach it to someone else.
Whoa.
Yes.
Serious.
Yes. So as a practitioner and certified, it just meant that if I wanted to be on their website, I have to do their program several times.
Ooh.
To be proficient. That's what they want you to do. This is how their steps go, but it's so simple. And I could teach anyone how to use quantum touch in 15 minutes or less.
Wow, you
Yeah,
sound
but
like,
I bet they can't do it like you can.
No, but in quantum touch, we say anyone can do this.
Well,
It almost sounds like the Spock treatment, remember?
Yeah. Yes, that Spock
Yeah.
pinch,
Yep.
the nerve pinch. Yes,
Mhm.
it's similar.
well, I find it fascinating that you can talk in terms of quantum touch. There's so many different arenas of health and fitness and all of that, and massage and this kind of, and what's Reiki or something,
Reiki.
and
Qigong,
yeah.
crystal healing, sound bath. There's so many different modalities out there.
Biotuning.
Yes,
Mhm.
that is true. There is actually one. I used to work during COVID, 2020. I worked for it's a sports therapy, and the gentleman he's a physical therapist, but the wife is a biotherapist. She uses sound to heal people, and her field. She has a doctorate in music, but then a master's in her technique, her sound technique. She went back to school to heal with tuning forks.
Ooh,
I know.
that our friend Victoria, doesn't she do the tuning forks?
Yep. Yep.
Yes. We have friends that have, and I can the name of her oils.
Desert Sea Sanctuary.
Desert Sea Sanctuary.
They
Yes.
make them themselves.
And it's
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
And it's like she mixes her own oils and everything, and eventually, of course, we've mentioned it during the week having met you guys. Eventually, we'll make sure you meet up with her because she's up in Salton Sea area, and it's like
There'd be a good collaboration for you guys too.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
it'd be awesome.
How nice.
And so, Curtis, how did you?
The microphone. You got to get
Oh,
the mic
I
close.
forget. I'm pretty loud.
Just
So.
keep-
I am too. Yeah, no reason.
And let's keep watch, because if something comes, people happen to tune in early on that they can't hear us. Every now and then something goes,
We'll be fine.
Okay, we'll be fine. I know we are.
You control the mic, and we'll be good.
Yes, Daddy.
Somebody has to be the disciplinarian.
And I know that some of my friends are out there going, "Oh yeah, sure." But we've been really fortunate. I mean, we've connected. Like, I have classmates in my little town in Ohio who have connected with stores out here, and they've gone back and forth. Or somebody will be on on watching, and we'll be talking about maybe another friend or classmate, and that there's somebody who then connects with us later and goes, "I've been looking for her for 20 years."
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's
That's
really
energy.
That is good.
and
That's
we
that's
the way
positive
we
energy.
we started, it was like we stood right here 6 years ago when
Outside.
everything that I did was shutting down. As gyms, the studios, dance studios, theaters, real estate was considered essential, and and we kept saying, we were holding this little old iPad, and that I had actually won in a raffle somehow. I never won anything in my life like that. So, and we were going, what can we do? And we walked out on the patio, and we started talking, and we went live, and that Friday afternoon began. Well, it's been at least 6 years since the pandemic.
Oh my God.
Every single, we've not missed a Friday,
Nope.
and it's really been wonderful because it's like we've connected with people. We have friends in Germany, we have friends in Hawaii, friends in Ohio, North
Switzerland.
Carolina,
Switzerland.
and so that's why when
Did you
I
hear me?
say, it's like, and I'm always, whether I'm singing and dancing or I'm teaching, I always say to people, what did you give up that you love to do or that you want to do, and you've forgotten that you even wanted to do it until you realized that you know. And so it's always amazing to me when someone like the two of you manifests these two unique arenas, because I say unique because they're so needed. And so did you just one day say, what am I going to do now?
Well, actually, the way I started, and this was years and years ago, I was in a project. Actually, it was out of City of Hope, and it was a research project. And during that project, it was actually had to do with diabetes, and it was an islet transplant program where islets were put into your body, and you would basically be clear of diabetes. Yes, it was amazing. It was out of City of Hope, out of Pasadena. And I went into the program. I mean, I was a guinea pig, right, type situation.
That's okay.
And it was fine. I was
Great.
In my life, I'm willing to do just about anything.
I believe it.
And I was this close from being insulin free from taking insulin any longer. It was this close, but the problem that took place was I had to take anti-rejection drugs, and those anti-rejection drugs got into my joints, and I swelled up horribly, and I was unable to walk. So the side effect to that was really, really terrible. Though that's what happened, and I had to step away from it, but I did have some clarity for probably, I'd say I had clarity within my mind for about 2 months. And I'm talking blood sugars were perfect.
Yes.
And no one, unless you are type 1 diabetic, knows that clarity. I had it for 2 months. And it was beautiful. The mind was clear. There wasn't this constant up and down of blood sugars and this and that. But anyway, during that time period, my body became very messed up. So it took about a year for those joints to calm down.
Whoa.
A year. So I had a year to really, truly sit back and think about my life. And during that time, I knew that I needed and wanted to do something different in my life. I was in hotel restaurant management for years. For years, running and just going as fast as I could.
Yes.
Just, you know what that is
I
from
do.
your family.
Yes.
And I thought there needs to be something else. So by that time period where I was really healing and able to walk again, I got a call from someone, and it was a dear friend of mine. She goes, "Curtis, I'm so glad you answered the phone." I said, "What's going on?" "Well, my father-in-law needs caregiving. The person that's taking care of him now is going on vacation. Can you please come and stay with him?" I said, "Absolutely, Stella." So I jumped in the car, went over. This is amazing, within 20 minutes of that call, I got a second call.
Wow.
And this was another friend of mine that said, "We need your help." And I said, "I am going to be with George for this amount of time, and I will continue on with taking care of Patty Bonnet from that point after that," which I did. I didn't stop, and I haven't stopped for 20 years. I've been caregiving since that time. And it's just been it's really been amazing. I mean, I never realized, you don't realize until later in your life, I guess, to some point, what you were really meant to do and be a part of. You don't know that until things happen. And so I think we're grateful. And Joseph and I meeting was a big part of that too. He was busy working and
That
doing
was
all
20
kinds of
years ago.
It's been 20 years that we've been together. 20 years.
And where was this?
This
Long
was in
Beach.
Long Beach, and we met at a little local pub.
It's a coffee shop.
Oh no! Oh yeah, that's right. Well. We saw each other at the coffee house.
It's called
we saw each other, but actually met it.
the Library Coffee Shop. It's really
On
cute.
Broadway.
It's like Mona's little eclectic restaurant.
That's exactly what it was.
You walk in, you have sofas and chairs just like these here, just lying around on the floor. It's not like Starbucks or the coffee bean tea where it's just really sterile. But the atmosphere, they have bookshelves and you can read the books or buy them or purchase them yourselves. Anything in that restaurant or that coffee shop is purchasable. So, but it's a cute little coffee shop. We've been going there for, gosh, many
Still there.
Still
Yeah, it's
there.
still to
It's
this
just,
day.
and they've had television shows filmed in that store. That little
Really?
Yes,
They're in
it's
Long
just they
Beach.
don't,
Yeah.
Long Beach is well known around the world, so it's they film at the shipyard and then they downtown. And you'll see famous little roads on some of the
Right.
TV shows, so it's really
Long
neat.
Beach. Yeah,
But
it's beautiful.
just
But
going
then,
back to
but then we, as we said, then we did finally meet, and shortly after seeing each other there, and we continued forward, and I believe we were there. See, you were still working
for Verizon Wireless.
Oh.
for
I was a
Wireless,
tech
that's
support
right.
representative.
Where?
Verizon Wireless in Irvine. And,
Oh.
and I just troubleshooted. I worked for Verizon for 13 years. I went through administrative support, filing contracts, and then I went into a program, customer service. And then after customer service, I thought, you know what, this is not what I like or wanted to do. So I talked to a few friends that worked in tech support, and he said, yeah, we need some really good, troubleshooters, someone who's analytical. I took off. It was easy. And I was a big part of Verizon's network back in 1997. They had went from analog to digital, and that's when everyone started getting digital phones and flat screens on their phones, and that's when also iPhones came out around that time too.
Yes, you're a real techie.
Very techy. So when it comes down to my quantum touch healing and massage, everything with me is the human body's just a tool that I use to troubleshoot. Understanding the anatomy and physiology, I just troubleshoot everything. If you have a pain in your shoulder, I look at it as how do your muscles work, and then I troubleshoot what needs to be worked. As long as it's not internal and I can't see it, I still, because it's within my scope of practice, I can't tell a client, yeah, this is it, this is the problem, but I still let you, see your doctor, your chiropractor, your physical therapist, and then when they approve a massage, then I'm here for you, because I do not want to injure my client, and everything has to go through the proper channels.
That makes sense. Because I know many years ago I hurt my sciatic, and it was like I was carrying a toolbox and just had to drop it. Had to basically almost crawl to the client's door and said, I can't fix your carpet today. But I had a really good massage therapist, and he said, if you can get up to my house, I will fix you. I'm like, yeah, right. So I got up there, and he didn't touch my back or anything. He did like all the way down from the Achilles up around the neck, and 30 minutes later he says, get up and walk. And I'm saying, yeah, right. I get up and turning, it was gone. It was just, and I've recommended, people, you got to get a good massage therapist sometimes to get that sciatic back to where it needs to be. So, the quantum touch, what does that involve?
It's all about, well, if you find Google search or the AI search, it will say quantum touch is a body and awareness, breathing, body awareness and breathing. So what we do is we breathe from our feet up to our scalp, and then exhale out, down our head, down out our hands. And so I can show you an experience. If we have water, I can make your water taste sweeter with quantum touch and more healthier by putting good intentions and universal love.
What's his name? Macchiato?
I've never heard of that, but that sounds interesting. I may have to.
The Japanese scientists that froze the water. If you yell and scream at water and you freeze it, the crystals turn ugly. But if you say good things to it, like what you're saying, The water looks like snowflakes under a microscope.
Oh, wonderful.
So
And
what,
did you just, Joseph, did you like just create that one day, or?
No, it was a path where after working for Verizon Wireless, you get into a job where it's stressful. You know, you're constantly talking to clients 8 hours a day, and so I wanted to change my path. Well, I was going through hypnosis, and I tried to change the way I felt about work, and so hypnosis was for stress, and it was very stressful to work at Verizon Wireless. But then while going through hypnosis, I found a past life regressionist that did
wow.
healing, and that past life regressionist was so in tune with not just your human past life, but alien past lives. I know this is a different story, but this goes into like Dolores Cannon. If you've never heard of Dolores Cannon, she was a well-known hypnotist as well as a well-known past life regressionist for alien abduction. Because why are people so fearful of their abduction? And it's not because the mind doesn't understand what it can comprehend, and so they're afraid and they're fearful of that, and so they go a little bit, they get sad and angry and scared in their regression.
Just move the mic closer to you.
And so with
Thank you.
with this past life regression, what Dolores Cannon has spoken about is we all have lived a past life. So it's incredible that you might dream this in one of your dreams, that you felt like you were with a different person, or it could be another, this is another story, but another life, another Earth. But it's, you know, you can
We don't know, right?
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't really know.
You really don't know.
You can't really deny it either.
Yes, and so one of my past life was I was a healer in 13th century England, and this is how I'm going to explain it. The regressionists have you lie down, and you just relax, you close your eyes, and you just breathe, and the regressionist will go on and say, just pretend that you're on a cloud, and that you just lift yourself off the ground. And once you're off the ground, just float there until you're ready. Calm down slowly back to earth and open your eyes. And once you open your eyes, tell me what you see, what you smell, what you hear.
You're hypnotizing her.
And then once you...
I said he's hypnotizing you.
I did a past life regression. I'm fascinated with...
You're familiar with that.
So
Yes.
you're familiar with this. So when I opened my eyes, the regressionist said, what do you see, what do you hear, and what do you smell? And I said, I see a cobblestone road, and I'm standing next to a cobblestone home with some grassy roof. And then and I couldn't explain any more except for what I visually saw. And then the regressionist said, go on a little bit more in the future. And I opened my eyes, and it was a cobblestone street with people standing in front of my home, in front of the same cobblestone home. And in the background, there's a castle. But then he said, what are they doing? What are they doing in front of your home? And I said, well, I think they're here for me. I'm here to heal them. Just a touch. Just a touch. Just like Jesus, but not as powerful, you know. But similar technique.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, interesting. So after that regression, I thought, what is a technique or a modality that is similar to this healing practice? So I sought out Reiki, which was the most common and recognized worldwide. But after I took one session, I thought, this is not it. It got to be simple. It has to be simple. It's too many restrictions. It's really good. Reiki is great, but quantum touch is faster. And I can show anyone on film or anywhere in person how powerful you are as an internal healer. And this is where your spirit, Reno and Marsha, you probably in a past life were together.
Aww.
And,
Whole heart be sad.
well, I've often felt something like that too because of the fact that we met. We're so far, our worlds were so different, and everything. And I was getting ready to leave the desert for a while and see what I was going to do when I grew up. And it's just together, and never dreamed that we would be doing something like this. And like, I know, has anybody called it or come in yet?
Walter?
Oh, Walter Kaler, I'll bet. And maybe we should make sure that they're hearing us, because
They say they're watching.
Oh, they're watching? Okay.
We're good.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I'm monitoring our mic. You got to monitor yours.
Yes.
Well, what happens is, like, every now and then, something goes with the internet or Wi-Fi and all of that sort of thing. But somebody will show it up on the other end and go, "We can't hear you. You're dead silence."
Oh.
So, and then we try to do what we can do. And
That happened once.
And now you have to do a silent film.
And
Get a little
we should.
bat and hit each
Yeah.
other.
Well, see, I find what you're talking about absolutely fascinating, because it's been a long time ago, and at some point in time, perhaps at the end of this, I will tell you mine, because
Oh, wonderful.
it was like so real. And with okay, well, I'm going to ask Curtis the same kind, like with Joey, how
Joseph.
Joseph.
I'm Joey, JoJo, Joseph.
He goes by Jay, goes by all kinds
my
of
whole
things.
family.
That's cool.
He's got different names all over, so I just listen.
And so it just comes out of you. So like somebody else is doing quantum touch on you, because it just pours out, and in such an inspiring and encouraging way. I mean, like it's like everybody should want to try this, and find out,
Absolutely.
because you have encouraged us, not just, oh, here's this thing's going to make you feel, no.
No.
And we all have the ability.
And we all have these abilities, and that's what I'm.
You're so
I was
kind.
born
You're-
with a microphone
exactly,
in
she
my
was born
hand.
with it. She knows it.
When you want to share, that's
Well,
what
we
you
got
gotta
one
do.
here too. We're good. We're good.
Okay, so Curtis, once you said you kept going, and that was 20 years ago.
20 years ago, yes.
And doing caretaking.
Yes.
I mean, I just think that's phenomenal.
And it's been nonstop since then. Marcia, I want to share one statement you made earlier about the one friend of the friend that was interested in, that needs help. But I just want to share this with you.
Okay.
Often, and this just happened previously with one client that I had, she would not see me because I was a male. Okay, now what I would love to share with people, it really has nothing to do with that, even though personally the client maybe feels more comfortable with a female or with a male, but generally with females. What the difference was, finally, and I'll use Lee as an example, the person that was with her said, "Lee, you've got to meet Curtis. It will have nothing to do with male or female, but you've got to meet him." And so finally she agreed. All right, I'll meet him. So I met her one evening, and she looked at me and she said, "Would you be my care provider for the rest of my life?" And I said, "I will." So it just it works in, if it's right for the person needing the care, it's the other person, the provider, coming in, if those two work. And I'll tell you, I've never been denied anyone. Everyone's always accepted me into their lives. And it's been male. I've taken care of males and females. Primarily females.
Well, we'll put you in touch with our friend Kim for sure.
You guys can have a powwow.
We just,
and
exactly.
the two of them will. I want to buy a ticket.
Right. And it's just, that's such a big part of it. And I like to say too that Joseph and I are both, we're married, and we are both, we are both gay, and that kind of, for a female, I want to say that kind of sets that away just a bit and makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. And I know that makes a difference. It just does.
I'm sure it does.
Do you feel like maybe you have a better understanding? I mean, I was raised by females in a macho world.
Sure.
But sometimes having that more feminine touch, or the opposite side, you can kind of see things and feel things a little differently, right?
Well, I've always been this way.
Good for you.
I really have. I mean, my mother and I are like this, and
Nice.
I just, she had 4 boys.
But he's the one that
But-
loved to shop.
But
with her.
I was the one that was the closest to her.
Yeah.
I did all of it. I could go and buy her a bra if she needed one, because she was not feeling well. Well, she'd actually had a stroke. And I said, Mom, it looks like you, and she got, she had the nice ones, the real nice ones. And I said, Mom, let me just go to Macy's, give me an example of what it is. I'll find it. So I walked into the, to the department, and the girls were wonderful with me. So I found exactly the right size, the this, the that. Nothing. I think what's interesting in my life is I have no fear of anything. 0. There's no fear. I'm careful, but no fear.
Nice. I like that.
Are we not, Reno and I, so fortunate? I knew the minute I met these two that there was something very, very special about both of you. And I'm a pretty good judge of this, having been doing that for more than 20 years. And, just from my teaching and in the college and the high schools and the studios and theaters and, being a judge of somebody, and it's almost sometimes like, and at some point in time we'll go into this when we can, because that sometimes there's times when I don't feel like I'm psychic, but that I have a sixth sense that tells me. I mean, I knew immediately as soon as you opened your mouth when we were at the boutique, at the cafe boutique, that I just knew, oh, these guys are great. And then opened up, and here we are, and we've been blessed. We get to share them with the whole world. If you really want to think about it, we're sharing them with the whole world, and it doesn't cost anybody anything. And so this is how we find that Reno and I look for ways that we can make the world a better place. And we start just with the little iPad. Yes, we did. And when it manifests into having people like you, I mean, this is just, I mean, I just feel like somebody waved a magic wand over me.
Well, it was so easy to talk to these 2 gentlemen. I mean, we were already there, and then they sat, and it was just, I think it just started with hello, and then just connected.
Well, I think it also has a big part of energy too. That energy was just there, and that it was just going to happen. There was no question. No question at all.
And then we
kindness
also,
and love, it's always such a major part of it.
And it did help with Mona being so friendly and so loving, and she's just a huggable person.
Yes.
And you knew her before that day.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we did too.
Yes.
Did you know him before?
Well,
and
Joseph knew her before I knew her.
Well, she just opened her restaurant a month before at this new location, and I was just looking for a coffee shop to just hang out to, because I went to the Starbucks. I used to teach massage therapy over at Milan Institute, which was catty corner to the all those businesses on University Park. And so for 2 years I was, well, actually I went to that Milan Institute as a massage therapist. But I would study over at the coffee shop because I really couldn't study at home. It was too distracting.
Mm-hmm.
So I had TV, I can wash, I can do dishes, but I really couldn't study at
I understand
the
that.
home. So I actually excelled by just being at a coffee shop, relaxing, and I'm doing my homework. It makes me work. I mean, I can multitask. I can actually have nice classical music playing while I'm studying. I can also, even at nighttime, I would use my subconscious energy or mind to, I'll run some YouTube videos on the anatomy and physiology while I sleep. So my subconscious can learn that while I'm sleeping.
I like that.
So these are things that
I love the subconscious mind.
you
That's
got to go
amazing.
beyond what your physical body or your physical awareness, because your physical awareness is just enough what you can comprehend.
Yes.
Your subconscious is powerful. So, and that's the same thing with your inner spirit. Your inner spirit is pure love and pure healing. So
Well, I
that's-
got a funny feeling after the show we're going to talk a little longer here. I
Well,
love
I've got
this
some
stuff.
questions too. Yes.
Well, I just feel like we have. It was no accident. We know that. You know that we happened to go and sit down or be next to each other, and that 4 people with a gift of gab all in one spot. You know, and I know that those of you who are watching are going, "Oh, Marcia, you lucky thing! You get to experience them." Well, if you live anywhere nearby, you know that you can also experience them. If you needed a quantum touch therapist, yes. Or I know of a couple people who need a caretaker right now, and I think your influence of how you approach it all is different, and I know that I could trust. I know I could trust you with anything, anyone, anywhere, and
Thank you.
and that's a gift, and these 2 men are gifts, and we were able to have them here today, right, Reno?
Yes, ma'am.
And so I am so excited. But you know, first of all, Reno put out an ad yesterday, last evening, has their contact info. He will do a follow-up ad probably tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow, sometime within the next day.
Over
or
the
so.
weekend.
Over the weekend. He will do a follow-up ad should any of you want to talk to either Joseph or Curtis, and do.
Yes.
Do.
Our phones are always on.
Yeah.
Please call. Always on.
And you know if you have go ahead, you
Oh, no.
say it.
Oh, no.
Well, if they have trouble, they know that they can contact us, either one of us. We get 415-383-5770. It's on everything, so why not, you know? And so I'm sitting here with just, I know a lot of you out there need these 2 men. See who, yes, Reno, good. Who do we have? See people?
Right now it's just we just have Walter live, but we have it looks like we have a few other people that probably tune in, but they don't always put their name on there.
What? Who?
We just have Walter right now.
What do you mean?
They'll come back. We're
There
good. Yeah, it's okay. Other people will tune in later.
We sometimes
It's
several
different
people will
times,
but then a lot of my friends do the playbacks, and then we've been getting
Oh, and they
like,
listen to it
we've
later.
been getting in 500 and 600 views. So
Oh.
so yeah, we're going to do fine, and I'm getting the high sign that it's time to like. I'm not quite sure why I'm really into this, but we don't want to overdo our whatever, and take it from me that in this case we know that friendship and music and faith has no
that's
distance. No distance, and like right here could be the answer to many of your issues. Don't hesitate to give them a call or give us a call to put you in touch with Joseph and Curtis. And may everything that has been reduced to noise in you become music again.
So bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
Ben.
Bye.
Thank you, thank you, thank
You're
you,
welcome.
thank you,
Thank you
thank
for
you,
having
thank
us.
you. Oh, this has been just fun.